Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are at Barcelona here, Catalonia, for the Formula 2 Spanish Grand Prix. Haven't been here with F2 in a while. Other series have taken a bit over, but we're back now. Second Grand Prix of the season. A little recap for you, for those who have missed round one. Panos Glezos won on circuit, but got disqualified after his car was checked and was actually illegal, handing the win over to Theo Porsche. Aitken finished in second and Armstrong finished in third, giving the team a strong 3-4 finish, making Dams the leading team. Then we have ART Grand Prix in second with 26 points, and AlphaTauri Haita Grand Prix in third with 16 points. Yeah, that's your introduction done. Let's get down to the grid. Also, in the commentary booth, I am joined by Giuseppe.
Hello there.
Right, so on pole position, Callum Island for the second time this season, 2 out of 2 for him in quali. Joining him in the first row is Robert Schwartzman. Good qualifying from him, and he really seems to be back on the pace after a nightmare of a race that Prema had in Bahrain. Then the rest of the grid, we have Aitken, Sargent, Vibbs, Derivela, Tickton, Piastri, Zendelli, Porsche, Novalak, Beckman, Piquet, Adriana Di San Marino, Nannini, Tanda, Armstrong, Lawson, Alesi, Boschung, Blumschein, and Glezos rounds off the grid. Let's go down to the lights. Yeah. Just, there are a bit of sound glitches. I cannot fix them. Anyways, here we go. 10 red lights are coming on. And we're green in Spain, and it's a decent start from Callum Island. Aitken gets a flyer. Vips and Sargent already side by side. Schwarzman just slept on the start. He's already down to 4th. Vips to the inside of Aitken. He might even go for Island here. Let's see, into turn 1. Not the easiest overtaking move. Oh, and yeah, Vips hit into Aitken.
Oh, there's contact. Vips goes around.
Yeah, Vips over, but he manages to hold it. Sargent also spinning, and Piastri pushes the Ruvel off the circuit. They were free wide from there. A lot of action and a lot of mistakes from the drivers already. There's a free wide. Roman Zendelli took him, and I believe that was yeah, that wasn't Rihanna, the San Marino. So but for novelty, as that is a spinning MP Motorsport, and that's Toby Blumschein, as we have to commit major. What happened to Tobias Blumschein? So the Maltese driver here, side by side with Lazy into turn 4. Oh, just rides it on the curbing.
He gets on the curb and hits the rear wheel.
Doesn't even hit the rear wheel. He just, he went free wide. He went for a gap that wasn't there, and
yeah, okay, and he spun out.
Yeah,
unfortunate.
Yeah, shame, but I mean, what can you do? It happens to a lot of drivers. So that only paints a picture of what's about to come. Anyways, I believe they want a replay of what happened to Yuri Vips, etc. So let's see what happened at the start, because there was a lot of chaos coming into that.
Yeah, he went literally sideways, from what I can remember.
So he goes for Ilot, trying to do the massive overtake, and doesn't work.
Okay, then there's like, I think, this teammate and a Prema going wide, like cutting the corner.
That's Schwarzman going wide. There is a lot of evasive action here. That's why Sargent also spawned went over the curbing, but back to the front. Schwarzman has already caught up to the two leaders, and after his woeful start of the race, maybe making a move into this turn, one of the trickiest parts of the whole circuit, right after the tight chicane we're about to enter. As there are no moves made into here, drivers are calm and steady. Yeah, seems like clean driving. Formula 3, oh, there we go, that's Armstrong onto a Lazy. In Formula 3, we've seen a few incidents in this chicane, mainly people going wide, people going off. Speaking of people going off, that's Nick Panda and Panos Glezos visiting the runoff. On the main straight, Schwarzman right behind Jack Aitken here. The Downs driver has to be wary, as there we go. Schwarzman just sends it, no repercussions then, he's already close to Ilot. These two have had quite the history between them in the previous years. Piastri already on the back of Aitken, trying to do a bit of a swiggle, but gets hit with a dead yard. I don't know what happened there, but the back of the car was very swiggly. No moves being made here. Obviously, Barcelona not known for being an overtaking circuit, still manages to get some good racing sometimes. So anyways, Giuseppe, what would you say about the start of this race?
I mean, very, a lot of spins, of course. But, actually pretty good circuit so far. But, it's really early in the race, so let's see how the race goes on.
As we can see, Theo Porsche and Yuri Vips side by side. Porsche now outside of slipstream on the outside line. This is not the best way to go about this part of the circuit, but he still goes for a move onto Sargent, and Vips bumps into Sargent side by side now. The RT driver, previous race winner, and it works for him. Vips also nice side by side of Logan Sargent, the American, having to defend a lot here. It's squeezed onto the curbing, will be squeezed even more to the outside now, leaves room to Vips, goes off circuit, and there's cars everywhere. There's a half spin, that's a wing off. Someone's lost their wing.
No, yeah, contact
yeah, that's
there.
awesome, that's awesome.
Yeah, it seems like that chicane is gonna be a pain in the...
So far, all of the series have been struggling with that turn. So let's see, Nannini. Ooh, look at that Nannini, that's aggressive. That's way too late to make the move. No, Beckman barely manages to get out of the way, and well, yeah, Beckman had nowhere to go. Try to rejoin
I don't know,
the
maybe
circuit,
the FIA can investigate that for...
Yeah, not the best rejoin from Beckman, but...
I mean, but Nannini still, he could have done better than that.
Nannini caused it, but Beckman could have gone straight on, in my opinion.
But we'll tell you when we have something.
Yeah. Boschum now trying to make a pass out of slipstream, though, so Armstrong just breezes past him. As Robert Schwarzman has taken the lead of the race. As we can see, Aitken, Porsche and Piastri battling for position. Oh, that's a spin for Porsche. Oh, no.
Porsche spins.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, that's... Come on,
Sargent
has that's Sargent dead. Wing. And he gets pushed off the circuit as
well. Should we have a replay of that?
Yeah, I'm just checking if it's going to be clear. Yeah, this is ridiculous.
So yeah, Porsche again.
Porsche just spins on the curbing. You know, there's a little sausage. You see that? You see this curb here? This is what he hit, and this is what caused him to spun. And Porsche obviously wants to rejoin as fast as he can. He nearly hit. No, he hits into Vips, and well. Sargent had places to go to, but I mean, I don't think you expect the car to rejoin like that.
Yeah, that's
Novalak very lucky to still have his wing as well.
At the speed they're going, it's really hard to react.
So all of the incidents are currently under review, as Schwartzman has bolted away into the lead. Tobias Blumschein currently with the fastest lap, so he's climbing back up after the not so great of a start. Piastri, Vips and Dictum now all in a battle. Following them is Clement Novalak. Maybe Climal. I don't know. I know he's French and driving under... he drove under the British license in 2020, as now Piastri and Vips side by side. Vips is the better line in my opinion. Will he go swiftly round the outside? No, Tictum goes to his inside and Vips is absolutely mugged. So Nannini and Beckman have been given 3 second time penalties for their incidents. I'd say that's fair. Do you think so as well?
Yeah, I guess that's a fair penalty, as the Porsche incident is still getting investigated, and we'll update you on that as he goes to the pits.
Lazy and Nannini now side by side, Armstrong behind, giving a bit of a push to the Italian driver. Lazy on the inside line though. Nannini just pulls away suddenly. And that is a move from Lazy now. And Lazy gets the move. A lot of spinning there, these cars are not easy to drive there. The drivers have described them to be even worse than the last year's cars when it comes to grip and how they handle. Worse, I mean harder. PK to the inside of Zendelli now. Zendelli fights back as Tanda is holding both of them up.
Porsche has been confirmed to have given a 10-second penalty, so Porsche will be added 10 seconds to his final race time.
Outside of the circuit, going wider, so they got in, but yeah, I mean, that's a fair penalty. Porsche is dead last now, so this will only be accounted to his image rather than anything else. As the leaders have caught up to each other under Daruval and Aitken in a bit of a pack, and then we have Schwartzman just 1 second ahead of these guys. So, who do you think is going to win this race at the moment with 14 minutes to go? But, you know, anything can happen. So,
I mean, top 4 look really close together. But Schwartzman has been showing really strong. So, I mean, he's surely one of the potential candidates. But, you know, this top 4 might get a bit too close and they might have contact, but let's hope not so. Eilert, of course, in a pole position, but, you know, Ireland is basically already experienced in in F2 basically.
Yeah, here we
But
go. The
yeah,
Ruvalo
it's
to the
like
inside.
the Rubela.
Yep, and he gets moved on. Ilot makes a mistake. I don't know what happened. He lost all the pace. Now he's right on the back of Schwartzman. So the Russian may lose his lead. Panos Bezos out of the race. Gearbox failure, stuck in third.
Yeah. As I was saying before, I know this may sound kind of annoying, but maybe Schwartzman, even though he's first, yeah, it sounds annoying, but
I mean,
I don't know, maybe the Rubela could do something, because he's looking very quick.
Looking down the order, there are packs of like 2 to 3 cars now forming. Beckman to the inside of Ibs. Nearly attacks Dan Ticktum. Is that a successful attack? Yes, it is. And also attacks Ticktum, sorry. Pushes him a bit wide, and that's David Beckman now. Possibly up into higher positions. Yes, it is.
Oh, that's a great double overtake.
Yeah, and... Oh, Vips onto wheels. Jesus, the driver's going very aggressively, riding those curbs.
As Nanini overtakes his teammate.
Yep. Pushing on the back of Armstrong now. Down's not so strong compared to the previous race. Vips now to the inside of Ticktum, pushes him wide. PK scraps the rear on that Carlin, but nothing else is done. Novalak on the back of Piastri, followed by Beckman. Then we have Aitken, Eilert, Deruvela and Schwartzman in the lead on board with the Indian driver. I mean, sure.
He's closing in. Could he try and move into the first corner?
As he says, the fastest lap as well. And he's going to do
And he's going to.
And
he gets it. He keeps that and gets into the lead.
That was a brave
Jesus, Deruvela.
That was a very brave move from the Red Bull Junior driver. Definitely Helmut Marko is eyeing up that talent currently. Down the order, no incidents, quite clean. The Ruvalo shots on Ireland Aiken, all in a pack with Novalak seemingly closing in as he overtook Piastri. And look at the gap, it's already over 2 seconds, so Novalak here with some serious pace. He's finished 6th in the previous race, so currently that would have been an improvement for him. Well, he's a debutant in F2, so I believe any good result for him will be an improvement as a driver. On board with Jack Aitken into the now gone hairpin, and that's the Ruvalo and Schwartzman both going wide, other than the Ruvalo now side by side. Will the British driver take the lead? It seems so that he will, and he does. What happened to the Ruvalo? I think he just understeered off or something. Schwartzman to the inside. Ooh, that's a massive side for the Russian. The Ruvalo goes to his outside. Schwartzman bumps into him. Aitken doesn't go for the move, so it is now Eilert, the Ruvalo, Schwartzman and Aitken as your top 4. Schwartzman immediately catches up to the Ruvalo thanks to the magic of Slipstream. Thing is though, will Aitken attack him, or will Schwartzman be fast enough to make it over on the Ruvalo? He is fast enough, and that is Schwartzman up into P2, having to chase down Callum Eilert once again in this race.
Turn 1 seems like a really good overtaking spot. As I say that, there's Beckman, I think, overtaking Cassidy, or was he ahead? But I think that's an overtake.
Yeah, it was an overtake, As there
Beckman
goes
looking really quick.
Action between Zendelli, Blumschein and Tanda. Zendelli goes very wide, trying to make a rounding outside move. Side by side of his teammate, Blumschein has, I believe, the better line coming into this corner. Let's see,
10 minutes remaining, by the way.
Yep, half of the race done, half of the race to go. Armstrong rounding outside of Nanini. Will that work? I believe the inside line here is better. He's going to send it also onto Zendelli and Tanda. That's a triple overtake from Armstrong. Patrizia Andrea di San Marino follows through. So that's some amazing moves. As Schwartzman is already on the back of Eilert, as we have another pack of cars, and I said that Novalak will catch up, and he has caught up. He's now pushing the Ruvalo wide as Aitken also makes way for the Frenchman. As that Univirtuosi car
Novalak round the outside and gets it.
Yeah.
Novalak's third now.
Yeah, Univirtuosi seem to really be moving. They're not as strong as they were previously, but you can still feel the pace in them. As here we go on board with Robert Schwartzman. The battle between the people who were contenders in 2020 has restarted, so to speak.
Yeah. One thing, top 4 has now disbanded, let's say.
Yeah.
as Schwartzman now goes around into the inside, turn 1, which is a pretty easy overtaking spot as it looks like.
And look at this, look how many overtakes have been done here. Vips into Beckman, tries that move into turn 1 again. Beckman has a slide,
Beckman.
Vips to his inside. Beckman has the outside line though. He's going to hold it, he's very wide, he's basically off the circuit. Vips gets through, but it's still not a done move. Vips might even send it onto his teammate now. He does. He doesn't spin. And he gets a double overtake done, but that pushes the Rivuler out, and that's Beckman now ahead of the Indian driver. No, it isn't. The Rivuler sends it back, sends it onto his teammate. Vips goes a bit wide, keeps his move. Piastri and the Rivuler now side by side. And then not anymore coming into the SS. You don't really want to be side by side with anyone here. Schwartzman has taken the lead and is keeping it, although Eilert is not letting him go away this time. Very close now, sniffing that gearbox of the Prema. Back to
it seems like the top two, Schwartzman and Eilert, are the two contenders for this win.
Yeah, the Rivuler now. Ooh, that's a bit twitchy there, trying to push Beckman as wide as he could. And well, that kind of worked for him. He defended the move, but he still has to defend it more. Nearly sends it onto his teammate. Beckman is still there. That's a start for the Rivuler, and that's a position loss, as we can see Tictum and PK side by side. And Tictum goes off the circuit. That's not the best. Armstrong now tries to send it. That's San Marino there, trying to gain anything. A lot of drivers go back and forth through the field. Eilert has now re-overtaken Schwartzman. Where even that happened, he's built such a gap. That Haruz is
turn
really
1,
quick.
obviously.
Oh, that's such a late braking from Eilert. He does not mess around here. Novalak and Aitken side by side for the podium. Novalak has made gains here. But Aitken puts an end to that as Piastri tried to make a move onto the Rivuler, but the pack is too dense. There's no way he can really make a move, although, thanks to the Rivuler's little slide there, he's moved up one position. PK have got up to this pack, Blumschein being the next car to do so. Piastri and both Beckman try to go to the inside. Piastri does a triple overtake and spins.
Oh no, he spins, no!
He's off the track, and that's Piastri outside of the points now.
He was having such a good race.
Oh, wait, what?
Oh,
yeah.
someone else went off. Di San Marino. No, don't come off onto the track,
out.
please. Okay, she hasn't hit anyone. That's good.
What happened there? So on board with... Oh, okay. Yeah, Piastri,
yeah, onto the curb.
Piastri did the
kind of.
Blumschein. Gets the rear tire on the curbing and just too much RPM, too much power. But you can see Beckman bumps into Vips, also just trying to make it 3 wide, didn't work. And then on
he
board
was having such a good
with
race.
Nannini. Alright, you can see just Di San Marino spinning off into the distance. I don't even know what happened there.
She's
steering input failure because she was not even turning, the wheel wouldn't turn.
I think she was surprised by the spin and didn't know where Piastri would have rejoined.
Yeah, that seems to be a logical explanation. Eilert has 3 seconds.
When did that happen?
Yeah, he just bolted. Aitken 5.3 behind Schwartzman. Then we have Beckman 3.3 behind Aitken, followed by Tictum, and then we have Novalak leading a massive train of cars. That extends beyond points. The Rivuler now to the inside of PK, sends him wide. Vips is sent wide by, I believe that's Zendelli. No, that's Blumschein who sent him wide. So Blumschein getting some gains here. PK and the Rivuler are side by side on board with the MP Motorsport car of the Maltese driver. PK sends it on to Novalak. Doesn't get the move just yet. Blumschein keeping his line. PK very aggressively there. Slaps into Novalak again. A lot of action in the background as 2 cars nearly lose it. That was Armstrong and Zendelli. Zendelli to the outside of Vips, side by side. And obviously Vips not in the slipstream. He's going to lose positions here. He gets in between Zendelli and Piastri. Then we're going to see Alesi trying to attack Blumschein, trying to attack all these cars. But Blumschein goes for a move. Alesi has nowhere to go, has to yield his maneuver. And that's Blumschein and PK now side by side. That's a bit of off-track action there. One car, I think that was Zendelli, had a half spin there. As that's PK pushed out of the circuit nearly. Blumschein is on the inside of Novalak. And Blumschein is making the move, but it didn't work. No, it didn't work. PK gets the move around the outside. And now completes it. No, Blumschein tries to fight off a move around the outside, but that only allows John Lazy to overtake him. MP Motorsport so far haven't scored a single point yet this season. Highest finish was Zendelli in P11 in Bahrain, so they really need to score some points if they want to, be there and have the drivers taken seriously as serious Formula 1 contenders. Schwarzman is now back on the back of Eilert, so maybe it was some tyre conservation from the Russian driver. As Aitken, Beckman and Ticktum now all battle for the last podium position on board with Robert Schwarzman, though this is the battle we've all been waiting for. As the race slowly comes to an end, Robert Schwarzman now with the fastest lap. So, nothing is clear yet. Let's see, will that be a move onto Callum Eilert? Yes it is, to the inside, turn 1. Beautiful.
I mean, turn 1 seems like an easy overtaking spot, except if you're the Ruvala and just slide into it.
Yeah.
I mean, details.
So, top 3 pack, I mean, the battle for P3 has spread out a bit. Piastri makes a move onto Bloomshine, I believe, dropping the MP Motorsport driver to 11th. This San Marino is slowly catching up to this pack. Then we have Sargent, Lawson and Porsche dead last. Without any chance of getting there. Eilert now losing a lot of time to Schwarzman, but he shouldn't worry, he has an 11-second gap to 18. Jesus.
Yeah, the top 2 have really, like, flown away.
Yeah, they have separated quite a while. South of the massive stroke as Theo Porsche now with the fastest time.
But there's been generally, like, a huge battle, like, everywhere.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, that's what we want to see, obviously.
Yep, speaking of a battle, Novalak to the inside of Ticktum. Makes the move, makes it clean. That's also PK very aggressive onto John Lazy. You can see a little smoke there from the lockup as the drivers push themselves wide. Rivler gets a move onto Ticktum Don. So he's trying to come back into this race. A Lazy and PK now battling. A Lazy might also send it onto his teammate. He does. Over to Carlin's touching, sliding together. They're still side by side. A Lazy gets a bit of the circuit. He bumps into his teammate, makes him jump up a bit, and pushes PK a bit wide. PK with a better line though, and that's a Lazy. Really going nowhere. Stayed where he was. As Aitken is catching up to Schwarzman and Eilert. PK now to the inside of Ticktum. It seems, yes, he goes there. Vips also makes a move. Finally makes something in turn 1 stick. Ticktum with a bit of a slide. A Lazy impression now side by side. So two of the Carlin drivers going backwards really. As a Lazy is pushed off the circuit by Piastri. Yeah?
Apparently our FIA members are saying you're saying Sean Lazy instead of Juliana.
Oh yeah, sorry. I only recognize one Lazy, okay? It's Juliana, not John.
Yeah, it's fine, it's fine.
I mean, listen, it's not as bad as Crofty calling Mick Schumacher Michael Schumacher, okay?
Okay, yeah, okay, that fair point. Anyway, here we are with Eilert and Schwarzman.
Yeah, it's still bad, but it's not as bad, okay? I could have said something worse. So, Callum Eilert now, and Robert Schwarzman battling for the lead again. Would have thought with 1 minute and 30 seconds to go. Seawolf, jeez. Ayrton
Anyway. We're getting too off topic.
Nah, it's fine.
Okay. As maybe he's gonna do a move into the first corner.
Also, I believe this is the final lap of the race.
Oh shit, sorry for the bad word, but yeah.
So Eilert now makes the move onto Schwarzman's stick, a bit of a jump there, so I think Eilert has just taken the lead of the race for good.
Oh, will he keep it? Question mark.
That is a question, that is a very good question. Ticktum on the back of Piastri, let's see, he makes a move following Vips. That's dirty. That's trademarked Dan Ticktum right there. Piastri and PK, okay.
I think
Piastri just sent it.
Yeah, I think PK just got caught off guard by Ticktum's move.
Armstrong makes
a good move took him.
To the inside, gains P11 from a Lazy. Back to the top. Yeah, it is Eilert pretty much winning this race, but Beckman and Novalak and the Rival are battling for P4 now. It's still fair share of points, so it's, I believe, worth going for it.
Ticktum has been given a warning for unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yeah, that was a bit too aggressive. Novalak to the inside of Beckman. Clean move. Schwarzman has caught up to Eilert, but is it enough? The clock has run out.
Could he do a move?
I don't think he can do a move. I think
he will.
Callum Eilert is finally going to have some luck in this series. And it will be Callum Eilert to win the Grand Prix. Oh, Schwarzman pulled on a last-ditch attempt, but it did not work. So it's Eilert, followed by Schwarzman, followed by Jack Aitken, second podium in a row. Then we have Novalak, amazing drive, followed by Beckman, Daruvula, Vips. Not a bad day for the Red Bull Junior team. Then we have Ticton, Piastri and Armstrong who will round off the points. PK, Alazi, Zendelli, Nanini, Grimshan, Sargent, Di San Marino, Boschum, Tanda and Lawson. And a sad 10-second penalised Theo Porcher finishes in last. Finishes in last with Panos Glezos being your only retirement from this race.
This was a great race, actually.
Also, Yuri Vips with the fastest lap, so that's even better for the Red Bull Junior team. Here is your race winner, Callum Eilert, as he got overtook by Robert Schwarzman.
I mean, pretty much sure that if Schwarzman had another lap, just one, he would have won. That's my take
he was
on it.
very close. He was really committed to sending it, so...
But I mean, that's what motorsport is. You gotta win, and you don't have like unlimited laps to it.
Yeah, it's all or nothing in certain situations, and I think Robert is having only one thing in head at the moment. Second is the first to lose. So, driver of the day?
Good question. Who would you say?
I mean, I'm gonna say either Clement Novalak or don't know. Pretty much only Novalak.
Novalak and Beckman did good in my opinion.
Yeah, they both did well. So,
I honestly don't really have a specific driver because everyone just was overtaking back and forth all this race, and there were people who did the best out of it and people who did kind of the worst. I don't know.
also,
But you get 1 point.
Got a penalty, so let's see what that will drop him.
Oh yeah. I completely forgot about that.
3-second time penalty, which drops him to to 9th. Oh dear, it's not good.
I mean, still points.
It's
Could have
still
been
points,
worse.
but you know, that pushes Vips up to 6th.
Dead is
That is ecstatic.
I don't.
He drops to 19th after his penalty is applied.
Okay, we've been confirmed. Dead is not a fanboy. Totally not a fanboy.
And that's all the penalties because Porsche just drops back to China, I guess, with his penalty.
I mean,
right. So next race is the French Grand Prix around Paul Ricard. That would be interesting to watch.
Indeed.
So thank you for watching, and see you next time for all the other different kinds of motorsports we host. And have a good day. Be sure to be safe from us and wear your seatbelt. Bye bye.
Goodbye.